warroomsports.com. Get that mobile app.
What's going on, War Room Nation? Game of Thrones fans, welcome to episode 2 of Brothers of the Watch. This episode is entitled "Oh My." In this episode, we're going to talk about the episode entitled "Gift" from May 24th. At the round table, we have Hank. What's going on, Hank?
What's going on, Jimmy? Yo, man. Shout out to my man Sam, man. I'm so proud of him.
Hutchman, what's going on?
Salutations to the Game of Thrones Nation. I'm also proud of Sam.
Okay. We got a new member, Deez. She's going by Deez. Desi, what's going on?
Hi, I'm Hank's wife. I'm here to represent the drunk wives that are forced to watch this show to spend quality time with their husbands.
you trying to mess up my groupies, yo.
Hey, what's going on, Hank? How you?
What's going on, yo? Like everybody else, this is dedicated to Sam. So we doing this for Sam.
Absolutely. Listen, this episode is dedicated definitely to Sam. Oh my is the new quote, the new hashtag. We running with that. Let's just start off from the top. Hank, what was the first thing you noticed about this episode that was interesting, man?
All right, so first we started off at the wall. I wouldn't necessarily say that was interesting, but you got a chance to see the way that people weren't really in favor of what Jon was doing. But I thought what was interesting was the fact that, you know, even though my man wasn't in favor of what Jon was doing, he made it real clear, like, I'm saying this with the utmost respect because I want to keep my head. Like, I disagree. I think this is wrong. But, hey, you the boss, and I'm not threatening that in any way whatsoever. So
you see the difference in how Jon's being treated, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so basically you're saying that, murder is okay if it's in respect, is what you're saying.
Exactly. At all times. That's the only time you should do murder.
Yeah, that was interesting right there. Jon, like I think you said it in the group, like Jon is the poster child for all bastard children. Like he's their hero.
Yeah, he's the
Jon
one.
Snow for that.
Exactly. Ramsay talked about him like he was like the one that got out the hood. He was like the one that made it. Like if you rap or learn how to sing, like you can make it like Jon Snow. So like Jon is him.
Play basketball or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt. You some crack rocker, you got a wicked jump shot. Who you chop off heads? Who you chop off heads too?
Oh man.
Yo, anybody else got anything to say about Jon Snow? Guess not. So Hank, what was after that?
All right, after that, then we went over to Theon was over there serving that post-rape breakfast. You know, he you have that awkward time when you go and knock on the door. You've been there before where you had to tell him.
Not post-rape.
I'm just saying. You never felt bad about the way you left the hotel?
Post-rape, though.
Hold
I don't know about post-rape stuff, though.
on. The music of Hank Rollinson is not affecting.
Right? No, I don't want people to think. No.
Those listening to audio, that was Hank. You don't know nothing about that post-rape breakfast.
I'm sorry. All right, take that away.
Post-coital maybe, but not post-rape, Hank.
Well, you tell us your thoughts on the scene, because apparently we went too far on that.
See, this is why I'm here. See, I knew this would be important. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Can you clarify what you just said?
I wasn't really talking about the post-rape. I was talking more about like that post-sex. You know, sometimes where you leave the hotel room a mess and you feel bad, and then like you might order like room service or housekeeper might come and you feel bad about it. That's how I felt for Theon. He was like that housekeeper that had to go clean up and find all the like torture stuff that was still in the room.
Thank you for cleaning that up, big brother.
That might have been somebody else. I don't recall that situation per se.
Got you.
Moving on.
Moving on. Basically, this episode. Let's get to what we all want to talk about, man. Let's talk about Sam.
Yes.
Sam went from getting his wig split to, getting his mushroom top taken care of.
Hey.
Like, And he had the best quote. He had the best quote of the entire evening, which was simply, "Oh my."
Oh my.
That was the greatest scene ever, yo. Shout out to Eric Cross, who's in our group, who loves Sam for some reason, because Sam went from a zero to a hero real fast in this episode. What do you guys think about Sam? And shout out to the Wolf for coming to save Sam too.
Right.
Yeah, we've been asking for the last few episodes, where is Ghost, where are all the direwolves and everything, and finally he did show up.
Let me ask you a question, because I was talking to someone on the course of the week about this. How many wolves are left? Is it 3 or is it 2?
There is.
There's 2, right?
I think
No, there's 3. There's 4.
There's 3?
4?
Yeah, there's Ghost.
Uh-huh.
There's Bran and Rickon. Both of them still have their wolves.
Okay.
That's right.
And then Arya's wolf isn't dead. It
But we
ran
don't know
away.
where it is.
We don't know where it is, but it ran away.
Yeah.
Got you. All right, so is that?
They wanted to kill Arya's wolf, but instead they killed Sansa's.
Got you.
Right. That's right.
Yo, because at the Red Wedding, even Wolves was catching it. Everybody caught it at the Red
Yeah,
Wedding. Wolves,
yeah.
Wolves included, man. Yeah,
Right.
but hey, what do you guys think about what happened to Sam? Hutch, what do you think about the whole Sam scene, man?
I kind of knew Sam was gonna step in, because that's what Sam does. He's Captain Saber Wilding. So I knew, but I thought that he, since he's John's right hand, you would think he would have been in the gym by now, doing some kind of training. He didn't put up no kind of fight.
Yo, he swung the sword. He pulled that joint from so far back, I was like, yo, what kind of swing is that? What are you doing?
He been chilling on the whole I killed
The White
the White Walkers thing.
Yeah.
He's done that for a couple of years now, so people have been giving him respect, but really he's been just obviously eating off of that. And now he's
What is he eating? I don't understand what he's eating that he's so fat. They don't seem like they get a lot of food. I don't understand why he's so
He's
big.
Hurley from Lost. Hurley never lost weight on Lost. He was
Right.
Hurley for 16 years.
Shout to Hurley. He was stranded and still was getting it in.
I didn't know that was his first time getting it either. I just assumed, I guess, that he had been got it. But
So,
I see.
so did y'all think Sam saw Ghost and that's why he popped up like that with so much confidence? Or did you think he really thought that he was going to be able to take them eventually?
I think he believed in himself. I think he had faith in himself, and he was like,
Yeah,
"Look
I
at
think
this."
he really thought he was going to do something with that sword.
Yeah, he
I think
No.
he thought-
So, I mean, after he got knocked out and dropped the sword, remember he fell out and then he popped up like a zombie yeah,
Right.
I fought this person, but I can still take you.
No, I think he saw the little wolf thing. I think he saw him.
when he got
Shout
back
out
up,
to
you
Ghost,
mean?
man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that back.
Maybe when he got back up, he saw him, and that's why he got back up like that.
Yeah.
Y'all
Ghost
see
is
what's going on.
Otherwise, what the fuck was he gonna do? He wasn't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, Ghost definitely looked vicious though. They
Right.
got right out of there.
They didn't want no problems and no ghosts. They were like, "Nah,
Every
we're
time
good."
you see the wolves are like the dragons. Every time you see the wolves, they get way bigger.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
right.
they're
Ever.
huge.
Right.
At what point are we gonna see the wolves and dragons just go at it?
Oh.
That's not a fair
I
fight.
don't want to see that. That's not a fair fight. Yeah. Some hot dogs, man. Nobody wants to see
So did y'all think Sam? Did y'all think Sam was going to keep his oath?
Well, that's a
Well, all
question.
right. So that's the thing. Did he keep? He didn't break his oath though. His oath.
That's
was
what I
that
was gonna say.
I said that so Philly too. I said oath. I didn't.
That definitely was bad Philly right there. But listen, speaking of that, in our group, and by the way, join our group. It's facebook.com/group/WRS Game of Thrones. I'll put it in the description box. And for those in audio, I'll put it in the description box there too. It's Eddie Penn in our group says Sam didn't break his vow. Jon Snow also slept with a wilding. Their oath is I shall not take a wife.
Right.
That doesn't mean you can't lay with a woman.
Right.
Oh, snap!
Oh,
Yeah.
loophole.
That's a good oath.
I'm pretty sure. Implied.
Yeah. So I don't know whether that's a technicality. They playing in the gray area, but according
I
to
mean, you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. Where these people coming from? They're like the dregs of society. They're the worst of the worst, right? So
yeah, true.
they're out there getting what they want to get, either forcefully or
Or otherwise, yeah.
Or otherwise, so they they would probably go out there and sow their oats. So yeah.
Yeah, you thought the two brothers was about to break their oath real quick.
Oh,
We
yeah.
talked about this before
Right.
before we started recording. That was. I feel like they were playing to the fans of rape on this episode. They were making sure that there was enough rape in this episode
And by the way, I just want to clear something up. That was Edie, not Eddie, because like Edith is her name. I just realized that. So
Right, yeah.
shout out to Edith, Edith Penn, who's in our group.
No doubt, no doubt.
According to Edith, like they didn't break the actual oath. So that's a good point.
To be honest, I didn't think. I'm
Y'all gotta
surprised people
explain
didn't
that.
try.
Y'all gotta explain that for people like me that didn't watch maybe your whole episode.
Well, we thought that there was an oath that they couldn't, lay with a woman and get the moisture. But what Edith was saying is that's not their oath. The oath is they shall not take a wife, meaning that
okay.
like Heem just said, if they're out there doing what they're doing, they may take it or otherwise, but they're not breaking their oath. Their oath is they can't take a wife.
Right.
So,
are you sure? Because he found like Jon Snow said in the real press, like breaking his oath, having sex with that one joint.
That was his first time. I think he was a virgin, so I kind of feel like it was a little bit of that.
He didn't read the fine print.
Right.
Oh,
he didn't read the fine print.
Okay.
He didn't know how to play in the gray area, but so that's what that is, man. We got to talk about Cersei though, because Cersei, in the words of Monica, she's living in a glass house and she's still throwing rocks. She's out here acting a fool, and she kind of got her one-upping, so to speak, at the end of the episode.
Right.
We'll see what happens, man. But what do you guys think about Cersei? Is she out of control?
Well, I told you last week. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
She's Cersei.
It's like I said last week. She keeps fighting like little battles. She keeps settling little scores instead of stepping up and seeing the bigger picture and seeing what's like around out there. She's fighting little battles, and she didn't see the bigger picture. She didn't see that she set these wolves out here to do these crazy things, and she's still there to tie up loose ends. And her son, or I can't remember. Is that the son? That's the son, right? I can't remember who did this anymore. The dude that sold on her.
She's just doing petty stuff.
She's petty. She's a petty little girl. Her nephew. I'm sorry. Yeah. So her nephew,
that's her nephew.
She sent him out. Right, my bad. So she sent the nephew out there to work with these religious.
I mean, they Lannisters, so they might technically be her son, nephew.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know.
They could be
so many different things, but she didn't. She didn't tie up a loose ends herself, and so she's like, dude's like, Tommen and Joffrey and all them are actually her and Jaime's kids, and she's an incest drink, so yeah, get her too.
Yeah.
Now, my question to you guys is this: not trying to get all deep into it, but the title of the episode is called "The Gift." So the question is, how does that actually play into what's going on? The gift, because Cersei kind of got what she wanted in terms of having who she wanted thrown in jail. And, like you said, she's fighting these small fights, but at the end, was it really worth it? The gift that she got, was it really worth it? And then that can actually play with a lot of people when you see what's going on with Hank's homie, the midget, and him fighting or what have you. When you look at the title of the episode, that applies all over the place. Yeah, Tyrion. Yeah, I just like calling him a midget because for some reason we can't say that. We can't say that anymore.
Makes Hank mad.
I'm sorry. The little people. I'm sorry.
There you go.
But you look at the title of the episode, The Gift. Even with Sansa, she has the gift of basically still being alive. But with that gift comes she's getting it every night now. And then she wanted to fake the funk like she was going through something.
Yeah, that rock. Like she was gonna do something for real. Sansa really Sansa?
Yeah, she wasn't gonna do nothing with that rock.
And Ramsay gave her gift of showing her friend too. That was a gift,
right?
Yeah.
The North remembers. All right, they got flayed real quick. But you got Brienne still sitting there in the tower waiting to fulfill her vow. So
which is hilarious. I was talking to Monica during the show, and she was like, "Yo, nobody in this show is loyal, but she's like loyal to somebody who's dead. Like she's still riding."
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is wrong with her? Like, she's living off the land and she's still loyal to a ghost at this point.
Yeah. She's like the only person on the show that's noble at all. Like everybody else is seafood and disrespectful, but she's the only one that's like loyal to your mom still, even though she's been dead for about 2 or 3 seasons now.
Loyalty gets you killed in this world.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Everything gets you killed in this world.
Good point, Desi.
That's true.
Everyone's life is horrible and everything.
There's no way to guarantee your safety.
Yeah, and if it doesn't get you killed, it gets you raped. So
it's either definitely that's the way to
go. But we forgot about how about over there in Dorne with my man Bron.
Oh man,
loved it.
Oh,
Oh
So
man, that was
Desi and I were having this debate, like, would you be attracted to her after that? Because she showed him everything, and then she almost killed him. Then she threw him the antidote. Like, to me, I'll be all on that. Like, she would have me wide
You
open.
lying.
Listen.
You
I
lying.
like that.
Yo, and yo, in a weird way, I would too,
Listen,
man.
I'm posing.
Yeah.
I'm posing right there, right there.
He's
Yeah.
flirting.
On my
He's
knees
Oh
right
my
there.
god! Like,
I mean,
anytime
in
you
the
just gonna take
imaginary
my life
land,
and
yes,
give it
it's
back,
attractive.
girl.
Yeah, that's like that's some little Anastasia Steele type shit. Like I that kind of yeah. I see what you're saying, Hank.
Yeah, I would be.
Ron is definitely still gonna try to get there. You gotta think this.
Oh yeah.
I will get it.
Yeah.
No, I will
I'm
get
pretty
it.
sure he done got stabbed by a woman and then got that later before.
Not a
So
problem. Not a problem.
he ain't tripping.
You gonna keep some of that pussy?
Ron went through that in the '80s, man.
Ron Burger Force, no problem.
Yeah, right. So
He gonna drink the potion while he's stabbing the beaver. Watch.
Right.
He
and she
definitely is.
still left that door open, like, oh, you handsome too. Like, yep. So you still good.
Yo, shout out to Brown for singing and getting her wide open too. He hit her with a little
What's
Brian
crazy
McKnight
is-
and she was ready.
She looked like the little youngin' out the crew too, but then when she started taking them clothes off, man, she
She wasn't young.
grown.
No,
She
she
was
wasn't young.
grown.
I'm disappointed in all those
Yo,
girls.
Hank sound like he's about to lose some hand babies in the house.
Yes, yes, he is. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what he's about to lose. Take another drink, honey. Take another drink.
Right. Let me get everybody's overall thoughts on tonight's episode. I'm gonna start with you, Heen. What do you think overall about this episode?
It was solid. You know, I'm actually, like you said, really happy that Cersei got hers. I'm also happy that Tyrion is now like meeting up with. We didn't talk about this. We just talked about what happened with Tyrion and
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Daenerys.
Daenerys. Yeah.
That's something. That's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. That's a game changer right there, in my opinion. Cersei's now in prison, and that's good. You know, Littlefinger came back and saw like his whorehouse is gone, and now she's like working with Lady Tyrell to get back at Cersei and shit in Winterfell as well. I mean, in King's Landing as well. So it was a good episode. It was a lot better than last week. It was a lot more positive.
It's funny because I think it was Desi in the group who said it's too much going on. Like it's always like 17 billion stories going on. So we'll definitely. But yeah, it's funny because like just reading in the group, it's like now if there's not like 7 murders or 2 rapes in the episode, everybody's like, oh, this episode's all right. Like y'all people are sick. That's what y'all know that. Y'all want to see murder, rape, like dead fetuses, and like what the hell is wrong with y'all? Anyway,
chopped off cocks.
Yeah, chopped off rods. Y'all
So I was wondering about that. So as y'all know from being in the group, I did troll at a BC all day Tuesday,
Yes,
try to
you
get
did.
him to answer questions about dwarf cock. But it seems like all of them just forgot about the dwarf cock. Like they just gave him away because he fought somebody. Like no, the value of Tyrion was supposed to be the dwarf cock. Like what happened to dwarf cock?
Yeah, supposedly that was worth a lot of money. I don't know why.
Exactly. Ain't nobody care about a dwarf fighting. It's about that dwarf cock.
But he beat that man's ass though, like in the chain though.
Who was your overall thoughts of the episode?
I liked it. You know, it was only rape innuendo in this episode. You know,
no window.
But in the innuendo.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm a fan of the underdog, so Sam finally got them yams. You know, Cersei.
Right.
That's always a good thing.
Yep.
That was
Cersei right next to
consensual, so
Marjorie.
We saw some consensual this week, so shout out to consensual sex.
Oh yeah.
She actually even asked. It was the opposite of rape. She asked, like, "Are you sure? Do you want to have sex?"
She did ask for consent.
I thought he did,
Team
guys.
consent, baby. Team consent.
Yeah.
Hashtag team consent. So
Sign that waiver.
Let's
Sign
get
that
Desi's
waiver.
opinion. Desi, what's your opinion of tonight's episode, Desi?
I mean, you know, we're all different levels of loving Game of Thrones. I'm like, I watch it. I'm not that interested, but I just thought this one was kind of boring. There wasn't, you know, there was no rape.
No murder, no rape, no
No rape.
torture.
Yeah, there's no dragons. There was no, you know, there was wolf, but that was like, all right, you know. So I feel like it was like transition episode to
Gotcha.
something.
See,
more-
they set the bar so high with torture that, like,
Yes, they did.
hey, Hank, let's
Like
finish
I was
up.
waiting for something big to happen.
Right.
Honestly, I actually agree. It was one of the slower episodes. I thought they started off really good, even with slow episodes, like the dialogue and the back and forth was really good in some of those early episodes. Whereas the last two episodes, even the talking scenes have kind of got a little boring to me. So,
Okay.
we'll see. I think it's definitely going to pick up towards the end because that's what Game of Thrones does. So,
But it makes the torture, the rape, the murder. It's better because we don't see it every week. Like if they just somebody got raped every week, then at some point, like we have to get tired of rape.
All right, we're gonna have. First of all, we're gonna too far to rape stuff,
Yeah.
I'm tired of the rape, yo.
But you know what though?
We're gonna get boycotted, man.
Yeah, we definitely will.
You sound too pro rape.
We're definitely not pro rape. But the thing is, the thing about it is this, right? People made such a big deal about last week's episode.
Yeah.
But when you look back in the history of the show, there was incest rape last year in front of a corpse.
Right.
Exactly.
Of an incest baby. Like, you think, he raped her in front of the corpse of their incest baby. Like,
Exactly.
And then even the Queen of Dragons, she got raped in the beginning too, right?
The same exact way. She got raped the same exact way.
Yeah.
Her wedding night, from the back, ripped up, bang bang.
And
that was too much.
They showed all that shit. They showed everything in it. Like they were like, "Whoa, this is like a lot going on here." They
and she was supposed to be underage. She was like 14 or something at the time.
Yeah. So it's not that, but we're just saying that to say like that's kind of what this show, when you really think about it, is sad because no one's life is pleasurable. Even if you're sitting on the throne, like you have to worry about getting murdered, getting raped, tortured. Like that's what the show is.
Yeah. Like I said in the group, man. I don't want Guinea to be raped, but I doubt there would have been as much outrage about Guinea being raped as it was about Sam. She's not the cute little
wildling that Sam
she's
got.
not the cute little redhead girl.
She makes sweet passionate
people
love.
wouldn't have cared about her.
Rude. Yeah,
all of a sudden, everybody feels like they know Sansa, so they want to, defend her being raped and want to boycott about her. Like, come on.
So then why? I don't understand why. Considering what we see on the show, why because of Sansa being pure, quote unquote, of all the people that we've seen.
Because she kind of grew up in front of us, so to speak. Like when the show first started, she was a young kid. She was Ned Stark, So
she kind of grown now, man.
I
saw that first scene.
Watch him out.
Hey, down.
Right upstairs. Hey, I can hear you.
These are the words of Hank Wallace. These are the words of Hank.
Listen, man.
Not represent anybody else.
I googled her. She's 20. I googled her.
I was about to say.
Sorry, Raven Simone. Anywho.
Hey, Hank, I just want you to know you came off real creepy during the course of this video, man. You're talking about that post-rape breakfast. Y'all know about that. No, we don't.
I also have a lot of empathy what I have to go through.
No, we don't.
No, but I really thought Theon was going to interrupt. I thought that was going to be like Theon, just killed him, like he couldn't take it.
Nah.
Theon is the coward and a snitch.
Theon's the coward.
Beat off in the corner, man.
I lost
Really?
all
Wait a
his
minute.
jerking off.
What did he beat up with? Come on now.
I lost
I
all
was
his
sad.
head,
I love Theon. I thought Theon was going to come out, and come back to his normal
His
self.
finger? Was he wiping his finger off? What was he doing? Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing. I kind
I
of stopped
lost
watching
all
him.
hope for Theon, yo. There's no hope.
Theon,
Nah, Theon's gone. Theon's completely gone. He's weak now.
Theon is a
He's
coward.
weak forever.
He's going to come back. He's going to come back.
Nah.
Yeah.
Too late for that. I don't know.
Alright.
It's funny, right? Let's get out of here. But listen, it's funny because in this show, right, someone can go from you completely hating him to you completely rooting for him.
Yeah.
But I think Theon is past that point, yo. I don't know if there's any hope. I don't think there's anything he can do for the next several episodes for us to be like.
We're gonna make a note that Desi still has hope for Theon.
All right, shout out to Desi for still holding our hope. God bless you, Desi.
Pro
You know
Theon.
what we got to keep track of, though, before we get out of here? We got to keep track of all the different terms that Grandma comes up with for homosexuality. Like every episode, she has another term for it. What was it this week? It was like
Ponce's perfume Ponce.
Perfume pump. Yeah.
I never even heard that
I don't know what that is.
I did a search on that right away. I was like, that's hilarious.
Perfume pot.
I saw buggery too. Somebody said buggery as well. I was like, what is buggery? He's
We
great.
call them pillow biters, sword swallowers.
Sword
Yeah.
swallowers.
Damn fine names.
I'm just waiting for her to say shit stabber. That's next week. That's next week. Anyway, well, thank you guys for joining us again this evening. That's all we got for this week, Brothers of the Watch. This is episode 2. We'll be back next week. And sisters, we have sisters definitely representing for the ladies there. Shout out to Desi for joining us. Anybody who wants to join us, hit me up. Send an email, info@warroomsports.com. My Twitter is also down there, or join our group. And let me know if you want to come on. We want to have anybody on who wants to talk Game of Thrones, because this is what we do. So we'll be back next week. As we always say, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we'll see you chumps on top.
Kuwait, it's the war room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, the first of